You don't get no intro, fuckboy.
Wow. Okay then.
Welcome back to Derailed. My name is The Only Conflict.
And I'm the only sanity, and stacks are better than Pringles.
Leave. You're the only one in the entire
I am
world
not the only one
who
likes
eats stacks.
I'm not the only one who prefers stacks over Pringles.
Stacks are fucking trash.
No, they're not. People are gonna get. We're gonna get hate comments from the. You're gonna get hate comments from the people who love stacks.
No, you're gonna get hate comments from everyone who thinks stacks trash. Like, 99% of the population.
How many people are in the world population?
Like, almost 8 billion now.
8 billion.
Yeah.
So how many people is 1% of that?
You.
Estimated. Legitimately. Estimated. 1%.
Like, what? That's 8 million?
8 million people like stacks better than Pringles.
8 million people don't know what stacks are.
So then there's... No,
There's 99% of people who eat Pringles, and then that 1% is most people don't eat stacks, and then there's you, which is 0.00001%.
And it's probably smaller than
It's
that.
probably smaller than that.
I'm not the only one who eats stacks. Comment if you eat stacks.
And then comment that Mason's a fuckboy if you eat Pringles.
I'm gonna get a lot of fuckboy comments. But my guys with the stacks are gonna pull through. You guys got me.
No, your stacks, and your 2 cups of water
Okay,
can suck a dick.
I am not gonna go over this with you again, but I'm gonna go over it again because they don't know the story. We're theater kids. And represent the blankety blank theater. I realized I couldn't say any part of the name of the theater except for theater. But there was a show we were doing, and I had to down a beer bottle full of water about 10 times every day for like 4 months. And so it's kind of got me into the habit of just drinking things really fast. And so I have 2 giant ass cups of water here with me to try to get me through this however long podcast we're doing.
It's because he doesn't have a girlfriend.
By the way, did you have any water in jail?
No, we had jungle juice, actually.
You bitch.
No.
Oh my god. That's...
For those of you guys who don't know, we missed a podcast this week. And it'll never happen again, hopefully.
Sincerest apologies.
We seriously apologize. But I have a good reason. I was behind bars. Theoretically, not physically.
Theoretically?
I didn't actually get into a cell. Like, there was no bars. Yet. I almost made it. Like, I was walking down the hallway in the jumpsuit when they were like, actually, you've been released. I was like, oh shit, look at that. Get me out of this bitch. But, nope, I got arrested. Not giving too specific of details about how we got detained or arrested or whatever.
I was actually part of this too. We were both detained. And he had a warrant out for his arrest because
I missed a court date.
And so he was arrested and I was let go.
Right. My case was dismissed and I was released. It was taken off my record, but still, go to court, kids.
And adults.
And adults. Everybody. You take your cat to work.
You 68-year-olds need to go to fucking court.
Take your cats to court. Sue them.
Did you hear about the story of that one dude who actually, like, registered his cat as part of his family, and his cat actually had to serve jury duty?
Oh my god. No, I didn't.
Yeah, no, and, like, they weren't allowed to get out of it, so the cat actually had to show up and sit in the jury box for one of these court cases.
That's fucking hilarious.
Like, he put his cat down on, like, the census. And because he was part of the family. And so they counted him as an American citizen.
Oh my god.
and he got jury duty.
Sir, we find him guilty. How did you come to that verdict? I don't know, Mr. Tibbs didn't like him. We put him up and he did not purr.
We have reached a verdict, and our verdict is meow.
That's fucking disgusting. He's over here licking his fingers. What were we talking about? Oh yeah, I was in jail.
Derailed, you guys.
I was in jail, yes, and I wanted to share with you a story about the time I was in jail. Besides me getting to drink jungle juice while I was there, because
I hate you. That's so great.
Yeah, it was like the fruit punch, and they like were in boxes, like the milk carton boxes that we got at school. Yeah, it was dope, and I got 2 of them. Because they gave us sack lunches, and there was cookies in them. It was dope.
I thought you gave your sack lunch away.
I gave my first one away, but I was there for 18 hours. So I got the second one.
Every time you tell this story, there's more to it that you haven't told me.
The second one, I gave most of it away, but I kept the cookies because they were lemon flavored. Ew. They're like lemon flavored.
So
oils.
you might have heard a bang. My hat just hit the microphone. So
Good job. But I'd like to share with you a story. There was a lot of different people there, from all different walks of life. You know, we all just ended up in one room together. There was some drug addicts, some drug dealers, some...
Hi, my name is Steve. Hi, Steve.
No, there was some interesting people, definitely. But there was one guy, and I've told you this story, mostly. He was fucking psycho. Is the best way I could put it. When he got there, the dude was just like not having it. Like, he was fucking going off on people, fucking being rude especially to the guards, okay? Specifically one guard. This one guard was bald, but he had a nice like full beard, okay? Big dude, like nice family man looking dude. Like, he wasn't bad, okay? For some reason, this dude had a bone to pick with this guard. Alright? Like, he was sitting there, like, making fun of him, checking him, and, like, the guard was like, look, if you keep it up, I'm gonna have to throw you in a cell. And he was like, oh, no, you ain't gonna do shit. You know, like fucking just, like... testing him. And eventually he was like, you know what, screw it. Threw him in the cell. And there's, like, little holding cells within holding, which is weird. Like, I don't... Obviously.
That actually kind of makes sense.
Yeah,
though,
it makes sense.
for the exact reason why he was put in one.
Right. And once he got in here, dude, he exploded, man. Like a complete another person took over. Like, aside from the checking, I don't know what possessed this man. He started banging on the door as hard as he could, right? And eventually it just got rhythmic. It was hilarious. But it got so bad to the point where, like, in the midst of all his checking, he started freestyling. Like, straight up freestyling. Like, calling this dude every name in the book. Checking the shit out of the guard. Like, that's all the freestyle was about. Was just making fun of this dude. And, like, every other line had something to do with his mom. You know? And, like, the guard's like, no, I'm not taking this shit, you know? And he started checking him back. Like, straight up. Like, they were having a war between the two.
There's so much shade, I can't even see.
It was the best thing. Like, if I wasn't in the midst of having an anxiety attack, I would have died laughing. But of course, me being the meek little 19-year-old sitting in a chair, I was like, I am not dealing with this right now, and like tried to like go to sleep or some shit in my freaking hoodie. It was so freaking funny. Like when I got out of there, that's all I could think about. Like I mentioned earlier that this guy was psycho, right?
Yeah.
And it's not because he was freestyling, not because he was checking a guard, not because he was beating on the door. No. When he got thrown into the first cell, sorry, I didn't mention that he was thrown into 2 different cells. When he was thrown into the first cell, they have toilets. This dude stuffed the toilets with paper and kept flushing it until it flooded. Okay, like he was swimming in toilet water. And he was like, if you do not let me out of here, I will, in fact, shit on the floor. The guard, of course, was like, nah, you ain't gonna do shit. Straight up, this dude took off his pants completely and shit on the floor. In front of everybody.
Shat.
Whatever.
Like William Shat.
No.
Ner.
Fuck you.
He's dead, Jim.
But like, okay, so at this point they were like, you know what, fuck it. They moved him to a cell without a toilet, and they got one of the poor inmates that was there to clean up the whole thing. I felt so fucking bad. And then 18 hours later, I was released, and everything was taken off my record. And that's the story of how I was arrested.
Yay for being arrested.
Yay for being arrested. Woo! Whoop, whoop.
Yay for drop charges.
Dude, I know, right? Like,
Explain that.
I don't know, dude. Me and Emily, the girl that was on before, were at my court date, and it took them 45 minutes to get us into the courtroom. We were supposed to be at court at 9 in the morning, and they didn't open the door until 9:45. And then when we got in there, he started doing some other people, just like, whatever, here, serve this, your case has been moved, blah, 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 blah. And then he, like, I don't know what the judge's problem was, but he was like, you know what, screw it. Okay, if your name's on this list, stand up. He was listing person. The only conflict, stand up. Person. Okay, so aside from these 3 people, everybody else, your case has been dismissed. So I was one of the people who was dismissed like 5 minutes into being there, like straight up. And then he was like, if you bring me this paper from this room, I'll sign it and have it taken off your record. Hell yeah. Like, I'm kind of salty that I went through all that bullshit just to have it removed in the first 5 minutes of me being in court. But then again, like, I cannot complain. Like, that
Because
is the
it was
best
removed.
news. Oh my god.
In general.
Mason, how do you like being in cuffs?
I don't know. It was... I couldn't feel my wrists. Mainly because of how cold it was outside.
My wrists are still bruised.
They didn't even put them on me that tight, though.
Oh no, mine were so tight. And then I was thrown in, like, when I was put in the cop car, like, because my hands were behind my back, I was just resting on them, and it was pressing my wrists together, and it was so bad.
Yeah, no, I didn't get that.
Did I tell you the story of how I almost died being taken to the place?
Yeah, the really tired ass
Yeah. Okay, so
cop and his partner.
county sheriff shows up, right? And he's like, "Dude, get in the car." I was like, "Cool." Like, he didn't put them on behind my back. This was the second time the cuffs were on this night, by the way. He puts them on front. It's like, just open the door, put your seatbelt on, and get in the car. I was like, "Oh, okay. Gucci, I got it. Good." I get in. His partner is sleeping in the driver's seat. I was like, okay, let's go. Can we move now? We start driving. He falls asleep at the first light we get to. The driver. and his passenger is so tired, like his partner is so tired that he's falling asleep in the passenger side, and I'm like, okay, can we please not die? We're sitting at this light for 20 seconds. I have never ever in my life seen someone honk at a cop. I would never have the balls to honk at a cop, but they did, and we kept moving, and we were going 80 miles an hour down a 40-mile-an-hour road, and we got on the interstate and we were going like 110, and I thought I was going to die the whole time. It was like a 30-minute drive. It was terrifying. So, moral of the story is don't get arrested.
Please don't get arrested. It's a very bad idea.
I
I haven't done it, and I don't want to.
Nope, you came close though. Came pretty close.
Yeah.
But that's all we're going to talk about that.
That's all I got to say about that.
That's all for today. We'll see you next week. Month here. Millennia. Bye.
What are you trying to quote? I was quoting Forrest Gump.
I don't know. I just was playing off of whatever you were saying. Where's my beer? Root beer. Oh shit. IBC.
IBC. Okay. We need to think of something new to know.
As always, I could start talking about... Never mind. I decided not to be mean.
What were you going to say? It was about me.
Yeah,
It was about me.
Yeah, it was. Do you want to know?
Well, yeah. No, I need to know what you're...
It's year 19 and Mason still doesn't have a girlfriend.
My singularity.
Singularity. Your polarity. Your hilarity. Your humiliarity.
Everybody is the opposite of me.
Your arity. Your tea is cold.
What the fuck? You're too tired.
Dude,
Oh my
I'm
God.
exhausted. I have had a very interesting, not interesting day, actually. I've been sitting at my house all day today.
Ew. I
Yeah.
had to work today.
I feel that.
Fuck serving, by the way. No, this was already said in the last episode. We can't go back to that again.
So you guys ever have that one friend that, like, they do something and you can never see them as a friend again? But, like, you want to be nice to them, but deep down, like, you just can't. Like, this person, right? I'm gonna say he to protect her identity.
Her identity.
We'll say
His name was P.
his name was this dick, and he was a long friend of mine. That's it. That's the whole story.
His name was PTN.
No, stop it. And I don't know what happened between us, honestly, but we stopped being friends. And then a few days later, she texted me and she was like, I'm sorry, blah, blah, blah. Want to be friends? I was like, yeah, cool. Because, like, we've been friends for years, you know. You don't just want to give up on your friends. You never do. It's really hard. But
That's why I'm still around.
that is why you're still around. Fuck you. Like, at this point, like, I just put up with you.
You know that's not it.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, you're right.
Sometimes you drive me around to places.
That's all you're good for. I don't have a working car and you do, so that's the way it works.
Yeah, but now every time this person texts me, I'm like, like I can't really hold a conversation like I want to, but I can't. It's so difficult. That's it.
Wow.
That's
okay.
that's all of the story that I had to tell.
Ooh, I have a topic.
What's up? What are we talking about?
Moving, like, long term.
What do you mean?
Like, I mean, you should be able to relate to this with your military background.
Right. Okay, now I got you. Okay. All right. So what's up?
you were talking about friends, and it reminded me of how when I was back in some other place.
You can talk about
Yeah,
where
I know.
you used to live.
I used to live in Ohio, and uh, Cincinnati, Ohio, a little place called Reading. I always called it Reading.
Reading. Reading.
But
I was reading one day.
And I went to Reading Elementary, and I had this friend there that I had known since I was born.
Is this who we're talking? Do I know who we're talking about?
No.
No? Okay, never mind.
Do you know Michael Hopkins?
No.
Okay. So who'd you think I was talking about?
For some reason, I thought you were about to talk about Nick.
Oh, no.
But we'll talk
we
about
will
him
talk
in a
about Nick later. Because he's about to be really important in this whole series.
whole shebang.
But no, literally, when I was born, he had been born like 2 weeks earlier in the same hospital, and they were still in the same room. So, or not in the same room, but like
On the same floor, in the same wing.
And so our parents met each other and like became friends, and so we became friends through them. And when I was 8 years old, my step-grandmother died, and we had to move here because my grandpa needed company. And it was really, really sad because I didn't get to say bye to Mikey.
Shout out to Mikey.
Holy shit, I need to find him on Facebook and tell him about this podcast.
Yeah, no, like I feel you with the whole moving and losing friends thing, but honestly, when I was still in the whole military life, my dad was in the military. I didn't make friends. Like I realized at a real early age that I was never gonna see a lot of these people again, so I decided not to make friends. But when I was in high school, before I decided to move away from my father and with my aunt, I was actually making friends and like trying to be happy, and
Oh God, my heart, and trying to actually be happy.
no, like
Oh,
I'm still good friends with a lot of people from my old middle school and high school, and actually one of them is getting married. Hello, Brooklyn. I wish you and Marley the best. The cutest lesbian couple on the planet. I love them. Like, I need to talk to them more. Like I talk to her all the time on Facebook, but I wish I could see them because they still live up in Kentucky where I used to live. So
Tell them to listen to the podcast.
yeah, I should do that.
Just trying to create a fan base. You know?
Just trying to branch out a little bit.
Branch out to the lesbian couples. Shout out to the LGBT community.
In which we are
Oh
a part
God!
of.
I just shouted out, "Oh no, it's traveled to me."
I'm rubbing off on you. Oh my gosh. But no, like yeah. And then I moved here, and my first week of being here, I met this motherfucker, and we've been best friends ever since.
Oh wait, they can't see me do that. What's up?
Yeah. Nah, he was just a sad, scrawny little motherfucker playing basketball all by himself.
Yep, shooting hoops for myself.
Quit
and
knocking the
Sorry,
fucking
I'll take
mic.
my fucking hat off.
Just throw it around the room.
Yep.
Just a sad, scrawny little motherfucker. That's
Yep,
all
shooting
you were.
hoops and missing every single one of them.
And I walked up
And was
being-
like, "Hey, you want me to show you how to shoot those hoops?"
and then I missed every
And
shot.
then I missed every shot along with him. And we were like, wow, we both suck. We have something in common. My name's Mason. My name's DJ.
That's it. And we've hated each other ever since.
Seething hatred.
Seething hatred.
Oh, God.
It's
Flashbacks
back.
to the first episode.
War flashbacks. By the way, guys,
Oh God, War. The
War.
fucking game we were playing. Call of Duty. War.
Oh my
Flashbacks.
god, shut
Oh
up.
my God.
Oh my god. I hope you guys can hear us a little better. We did a little bit of practicing with the mic and
Yeah.
trying to get into it, and it seems like we're being picked up a little bit better. So
Yeah.
we'll try to keep it. I like it.
Yeah, no, we've got it a bit higher, so we should be able to be heard a bit more clearly.
Clearly.
Okay, so we mentioned a name a little bit earlier, and this is some big news for our podcast and
For our
projects
lives,
for the
honestly.
future.
For our lives, honestly.
Him?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so Mason has this friend. His name is Nicholas
Nicholas Silva.
Silva. Badass name. Sounds like a whoop your ass. Get it? 'Cause Silva.
Well, Silva sounds like silver in a gangster's term. So
No,
it's like
Silva
it's,
as in the
it's Nick
as in the
Silva.
Silva as in the MMA fighter.
Oh, I don't.
He's
I
like
don't
one of the
follow
biggest
that.
MMA UFC fighters like of all time.
Oh, I didn't know that. Okay. I don't care about that. I care about pro wrestling.
Fuck pro wrestling. God damn.
But no, we got way too off track with that.
He's gonna be on next week's podcast, so you guys will get to meet him.
Yeah.
I have personally never met him before, but
But
he is
you
a
guys
good
can trust me.
yeah, he's a good friend of Mason's, and we're kind of in talks with him about bringing, like, joining a sort of team, like making a team together, working because he has his own.
He's got his
Own channel.
YouTube channel.
It's what Vengeful Geo.
At Vengeful Geo.
Check him out. Go give him a subscribe. Like he's got one video up right now, just a little introductory video.
Video. He's very fresh off the start.
Yeah, go give him a like, and we'll definitely get him to meet you guys.
Yeah.
Next
And
podcast,
we have lots of big plans with
which
him.
we won't talk about right now.
Well, we can give little sneak peeks. We'll talk more in detail in the next one.
With him, yes.
But I do want to point out a couple things that might be going on.
Okay.
One, all I'm gonna say is we're kind of in the process of creating a video game.
Oh, see, that's one I wouldn't have talked about.
Why?
Well, because that's more that's his project that I would have let him bring up. So.
Okay.
I know that he's talking to you about it and talking to me about it. I would.
No, like it was originally my idea. Back in middle school.
Okay, whatever.
So,
But
no, I mean, I'm not going to go into detail about it. That's the thing. I'm just.
I got you.
It's like a trailer.
A trailer.
It's a trailer for our new project.
Can you imagine every video game that comes out, like at E3, they're like, new video game. That's it. See you guys in 2018.
Oh God, Kingdom Hearts 3.
Fucking Kingdom Hearts, dude. I need to get the new one.
Yeah, 2.8. We need to get 2.8.
Yeah, I think I'm probably just gonna go to the GameStops and buy
The GameStops
and buy a hard copy, because I don't got space on my PlayStation, bro.
Dude, I want to get fucking the Skyrim remastered.
I have it.
I am so tired of not being able to play Skyrim anymore.
I'm so done with Skyrim.
I'm not. I've been watching these like videos of people just messing around and fucking around on Skyrim, and it makes me want to play it again so bad.
I hate that the new Skyrim remastered came with mods, but then Sony was like, only mods that Sony's gonna allow, and so they're real stupid mods, like basic nothing mods. Like, I was watching a video of people who did a Rick and Morty mod to Skyrim, and it was Mr. Meeseeks, and they just made 1 million Mr. Meeseeks all over the fucking world.
What?
And it was the funniest fucking thing. I'll have to show
I've
you the
seen
video.
some cool ass Skyrim mods though, like, you know the game Daisy.
Yes.
They put together like multiple different mods and made a Skyrim version. of DayZ
Interesting.
with their own crafting system, and you had to like eat and drink the food and stuff to actually stay alive. And like there was fire and warmth, and you could get too cold and die and things like that. It was cool.
Oh, it sounds like 7 Days to Die.
Kind of, yeah.
No, that's very, very similar.
But DayZ is pretty much the same thing anyway.
Right. I feel like they're both like Steam games. Whatever. I need to play 7 Days to Die again. Like, it's really fun for like a minute, but you can't play too much of it at one time.
Right.
Because it's like Minecraft, but with zombies.
But with zombies. Which, honestly,
like actual zombies.
At first sounded like it was going to be really good. Like, that concept.
The concept's really good. It could be done better. But then again, it originated on Steam.
Right.
It's like an independent game.
Yeah, it's an indie game.
But, nah, dude. You know what I'm really excited for, which comes out this month, I'm pretty sure?
Horizon Zero Dawn.
Horizon Zero Dawn.
Horizon Zero Dawn, dude.
Ever wanted to kill an electronic dinosaur? Now's your chance.
Let's go murder these fucking mechs with bows and
no,
arrows.
Dude, it's gonna be so dope. Like,
yeah. Did you pre-order it or no?
You know, I think I planned to, but I didn't actually get around to it.
You told me that you were going to, but I don't know if you've done it or not.
I should probably go do that, honestly.
Yeah. You know, them tax refunds, man.
My tax refunds, the ones that I have to pay all my court bills with. Yeah. Those ones? Those tax refunds? Really?
That's where all that money's going now.
Those
instead.
tax refunds? Yeah, pretty much.
Oh, we had so much planned.
I know.
For that specific money we had planned.
I'm still keeping a good bit of it aside for what we originally planned to.
We're going to be getting an apartment. We're not trying to keep anything from you guys.
No, we're going to be moving into an apartment, so I'm going to try and keep as much of it as possible.
Right. Keep at least $55, and half of 125 is 63.
Why 125? I'm so confused.
We've talked about this. The move-in fee. The day you move in, you have to pay $125.
Oh, okay.
$125 split between me and you.
$65, yeah. Just about. And then I wanted to keep first month's rent tried.
So, at least 55 plus 65 for the both of us.
Right.
So.
We're doing too much math on this podcast.
Dude, oh my god. No, I saw a freaking meme today, and, it was, it said when you're sitting in math class, and it was the Black Ops 1 thing, and it goes, what do the numbers mean, Mason? What do they mean? The numbers, Mason, what do they mean?
That's great. That's dope. I'm
so relatable to that character.
So relatable.
To that war-torn man.
I'm going to start calling you Hillary.
Whoa, why?
Hillary Clinton. I'm so relatable. Dabs.
I'm just chilling in Cedar Rapids.
Oh my god. Like, you know, if like politicians actually talk like we do, like in the tone of voice that we do, then I would understand them trying to be more relatable. But the way that they talk like this, I'm just chilling in Cedar Rapids.
They sound like news reporters.
No, even news reporters are better. Dude, did you see the picture of the news reporter who wore a kitten sweater? And it had like the kitten with the lightning coming from his hands? And he was the weatherman.
Oh, dear God.
It was the best thing I've ever seen in my life. It was so great.
Dude, you know what's a really good show?
What?
Whose Line is it anyway?
Fuck you. I'm kidding. I love that show. I love Whose Line. And I love Improvaganza. I like Improvaganza a little more, though.
Did you get all that? Comment down below what I just said. Every fucking syllable. But no, I don't think I've actually seen Improvaganza. I'm not complete. I've moved farther away from the mic. I'm probably really kind of low.
No, Improvaganza is actually really good because it still has Ryan Stiles and like a couple other people in
Does
it.
it have Wayne Brady?
Yes.
Okay, that's
Has
all
Wayne-
I care about.
No, there's some people that were on Whose Line for a minute, a little bit, like I think closer to the end, who are in Improvaganza. Like there's a lot of people from there, and they introduced some new people.
Like
and
I
it's great.
remember there was 3 people in Whose Line Is It Anyway that were always there. Wayne
Ryan's,
Brady, Ryan Stiles, and then the bald dude. Not being the white bald dude. Colin something.
Colin Mockery.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, he's in Improvaganza as well.
Yeah. So the 3 of them didn't get out of Whose Line Is It Anyway. They had different people coming in for the last 4th person.
Yeah.
But those 3 were always there.
Yeah.
And apparently all 3 of them are in Improvaganza now?
Yes.
Interesting.
Pretty much all the time. Sometimes they switch out because they're all live performances, so sometimes they can't make it or whatever. But it's pretty great.
Oh, dude, I was speaking of Whose Line Is It Anyway and Improvaganza and everything, I watched bloopers from Whose Line Is It Anyway? And they're hilarious.
I bet.
Because there's a lot of stuff that they have to go back and restart that scene because they'll say something too risque.
Mm-hmm.
And they'll have to be like, all right, nope, we got to go do it again. And so they have to pull a different scene from the hat or something like that.
Right.
Or like when they ask for audience suggestions and like they asked for like a superhero or something and someone said Blind Man and they had to stop it because Blind Man was too like not okay for TV.
Interesting.
Because they thought they were going to get in trouble from all the blind people. Like,
Right. No, I got you. But you know what, like, I've been thinking about the whole time you were talking and not paying attention to what you were saying?
I'm going to leave.
No, I was thinking about the
This is
time.
bullshit.
No, I heard what you were saying. I was just fucking with you. Calm down. And I was thinking about the time we won first place at that improv competition.
Oh my god, how have we not talked about this before?
First place, never forget.
Okay, so at blankety blank's improv competition.
You can say stage light.
No, this wasn't. I'm talking about no.
I know, but with the stage light theater, we went to a competition.
Okay, I was talking about the name of the school.
Yeah, I can't.
Blankety blanks.
Oh.
Yeah.
Basic as school competition.
Competition. What was the actual name of it? Hold on.
It was I want to say
speech competition.
Speech competition, yeah.
And in this speech competition, there were very many different categories: monologues, duets, duet improv,
actual speech.
actual speech. There was like, I don't remember what it was called, but like you did a duet scene by yourself and you played both characters.
Interesting.
Yeah, no, there was some weird ass shit in this competition.
Yeah.
But me and DJ signed up for the duet improv, sorry. Duet improv and won first place. And we have trophies to prove it.
I know. If you could see it, which you can't, it's on my dresser.
We need to display those in our apartment, by the way.
Yeah, no, definitely. But let me tell you guys why it was so important for us to win this. We signed up for this competition the day before. Or like 2 days before.
Yeah, no, we were very
last minute. So there was
was there a reason why? Were we just
I think we had heard about it, but we didn't really consider it an option, like, because me and you really.
Oh yeah, we didn't know if we were going to be able to get there,
right?
And things
stuff
like that.
Yeah.
And we finally ironed it out, and we were like, "Oh my god, put us in!"
Right. So like, we were too busy trying to find a ride and shit like that. Like, there was no preparation. And, like, yeah, okay, it was improv, but you can still practice improv by, like, doing random shit. And,
Playing theater games.
playing theater games. Exactly. And, so we had no preparation whatsoever. They were just like, be here at this time. And we're like, cool. We showed up.
Okay, one, we had no idea what attire was supposed to be worn for this. So we showed up in, t-shirts, jeans, flat bills.
We both wore flat bills.
Surrounded by tuxedos, suits, and black dresses.
We were the only ones.
The only two people in that entire school, in that entire competition, that was not dressed up in formal clothing.
Right. We walked through the doors and all eyes were on us. Like, we stuck out so bad.
Like, we were being looked down upon by our own school.
Like, our teacher was like, what are you doing? We were like, nobody told us.
Like,
At all.
People acted like we were bringing shame to the school because we were dressed up like we were.
Right. Like, I'm pretty sure he almost kicked us out. Like, he almost sent us home. But I don't know. I guess
But
he
we
had
already,
some.
we had paid a fee.
Oh, we had already paid a fee.
We
you
had
right.
paid a fee to get in this, and he couldn't send us home like that.
And so, you know what? Whatever. And so we went into the first competition. The first competition, we were so freaking nervous.
Yeah,
like
no,
the first
we had
round.
no idea what to expect. It was made up of 3 rounds, and then they picked the best scores from those 3 rounds.
Overall,
like they took the scores from each round, added them together, and the best scores from that got into the last final round.
and there
top
was 6. Yeah,
It was
6.
the top 6 groups. So again, back on track. First round.
In total, there was what 30 different groups. I want to say 30 pairs of people competing in improv. In our room, there was only like 8.
Right, those were the only. They weren't doing the other rounds while we were doing ours.
There was one more room, pretty sure. So like I want to say like 12 to 15 people.
Maybe.
Pairs.
Okay, that sounds more.
Okay, yeah, I was out of it, but okay, so we go in. We were so fucking nervous, like so bad. Our scene was so butchered.
Okay, well, I don't say it was so butchered.
I still think that was the worst thing.
First game was we picked characters out of a hat.
Yeah.
And we had to perform just a random scene based on the characters we picked. And if I remember correctly, I picked Superman.
And I was Darth Vader.
And he was Darth Vader. And so they gave you like a minute and a half to go out and kind of prepare, figure out how you kind of wanted the scene to go, and then just improv it. Right.
So I started off with Darth Vader taking out the trash.
With his force powers.
Because, he was kind of over being ruler of the galaxy, whatever. He just kind of stopped. So he was living in suburban life. And Superman shows up.
And I want to recruit him as a superhero.
Because of my powers.
Because of the powers and how strong he is. And he was supposed to be the chosen one. You were supposed to be the chosen one, Anakin.
And I couldn't comprehend exactly how to become a good guy.
Because he did not realize that good guys were not allowed to kill.
I was not allowed to kill people, and it was the worst thing. So
I'm describing what you have to do, and I say, you stop bad people from doing bad things.
Right. And so I was like, okay, so I see my neighbor. Right. Okay. He throws trash on the ground. Right. That's bad. Right. Okay. That's bad. So I kill him.
And this was why we butchered this. Is because in improv, if you break character, that's the biggest no-no of
Ever.
all time.
He
And
busted out laughing, dude.
well, no,
Not bad.
you're over exaggerating
You're
that
right.
shit.
You're right.
I
You
snickered.
laughed. You
I
laughed.
snickered.
But your
I went-
smile was so bad. Like he broke so. It took you like a good 4 seconds to come back. But-
You're over exaggerating.
We got the lowest score of that round. Guaranteed.
No, because I'll explain why I don't think we got the lowest score of that round a little bit later. It'll make sense a little later.
Okay. So moving on to the next round.
Oh.
I will hate this round to the day I die.
We did pretty good on this round.
I think we did really well. The judge was,
But I still hated this with a burning passion.
So we walk in and they're like, okay, this is a game called Scenarios. And I was
And
like,
we were like,
okay,
cool,
we can do
just
this.
random scenarios. Let's go. Every single one of them in the hat was morbid as fuck.
yeah. Okay. For those of you that don't know, I have a very big problem with conversations about suicide and self-harm due to personal experiences in the past. When we got this scenario, it literally said on the paper, word for word, you walk into your friend's house and
To
find
find
him.
Have hung himself.
He had hung himself. Like, fuck. Like, what the fuck are we gonna do with that, dude?
And we pulled that one, and he was like, all right, you got a minute and a half to decide what you're going to do, and send us out on our merry way, and we had to do it.
Yeah. I was the friend who...
Was frantically not understanding the
Right.
situation, and I was the sort of calm, cool, collected one.
Right.
And what I like about it is in his notes, he was like, I like how there was a difference in
Right.
the calm and collected and the...
The only bad thing he had to say,
was that it was too repetitive.
it was too repetitive. Also, that we should have wore a suit.
Every
Single
every
judge, every round said that
our attire was wrong.
that our attire was wrong. Okay, so third round, right? This is the semifinals. This is the round.
This is the last round, and then they're going to tally up all the points to see who gets into the finals.
Right.
This was a fun one.
This was honestly, this was great. Okay. So like,
this game is called Sentences.
no, it's called first and last.
First line, last line.
First line, last line. So they give you 2 lines, and
the first one you have to start your scene out with,
and the second one you have to end the scene with. The lines that we got were,
we had to start our scene with "Eat my short," or "You can eat my shorts."
"You can eat my shorts," and we had to finish it with, "Your armpits smell like French toast." Dude.
And we were given a minute and a half to figure out how we were going to get from point A to point Z.
Like, how in the fuck, right?
Do you get from "Eat my shorts" to "Hey, your armpits smell like French toast"?
No, dude,
we fucking did it.
We killed it. The thing is, when we handed the scenario or the lines back to the judge, you could see in his face that like he had no faith in us. You could see in her face that she had no faith in us whatsoever. She was like, "How
we
the fuck?"
pulled this bullshit off so smoothly. We had her dying laughing.
I think this was almost our first highest ranked one.
Except for
what? Okay, we'll talk about that. But so we walk in, like moving quick.
Yeah,
Dude,
no, they told us, we walked in and they asked us if we were ready, and we said yes, and she was like, all right, you can start, and we walked back out.
She was like, what the fuck is going on, dude?
She had no idea what the fuck was going on, and we closed the door and waited like 3 seconds, and then busted through this fucking door, slamming, like, the door hit the wall.
Oh, yeah.
And
Okay.
he just immediately started with, "You could eat my shorts," blah, 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 blah. And we were just arguing.
And I think the whole point of it was that I wanted to date your sister.
He wanted to date my sister while we were about 17-year-olds and my sister was 12. Let me explain.
It did not mean to go this way.
Yeah, no, that's the fun thing about improv is that we were just like, all right, so we're going to be arguing about something and then we're going to end it with you putting me in a headlock and I'm going to say, hey, wait a minute, your armpits smell like French toast. That's all the preparation we had. In the minute and a half that we had to prepare for this, we were like, all right, so we're arguing and we're going to get in a fight at the end. And everything else just took its course. And so we're arguing about me not wanting to date my sister because she's 12 years old.
And like how this came to be, right, was like, I don't know what you said. I cannot remember a thing about what you said. But I was like, yeah, well, your sister has, like, no, your sister kisses really well, right? And you were like, my sister is 12.
And that's what had the judge dying. Like, I almost broke character because of how loud she was laughing.
Like, we could have said anything in, like, the 10 seconds of her pure laughter, and she wouldn't have noticed at all. She could not hear anything over the sound of her own laughter. I'm pretty sure the people in the next 3 rooms could hear her laughing. It was hilarious.
It was great.
We got a 96 or 95 on that
90, one? I think it was a 96 or 97.
No, because we got a 97 on our last one.
No, we didn't. We got like a 99.
Oh, yeah, we did. You're right. You're right.
We...
I have those papers somewhere.
I honestly think, actually, that we might have aced the final.
We got 100 on one score and 99s on the other 2 judges.
Oh, right, because there was 3 judges for the
last
finals. One. Okay, before we talk about the finals, we have to talk about our anticipation to see if we got into the finals.
Oh my god. Okay, so they were like, okay, while we divvy this up, lunch is being served in the cafeteria. We'll get back to you in, what, an hour?
And it took longer than that, by the way.
It took so much longer.
It was like 2 hours longer.
Like, I ate, and, like, I felt like I was going to throw up the whole time. I was like, dude, we're fucked. The first scene was not good. The second scene, he said we were repetitive. The third scene was good, but I don't think it could redeem us from what happened.
Right.
They're like, okay, we're posting the scores now. And they have big brown sheets of paper that they were posting.
Big ass brown sheets of paper. They went from the ceiling to the floor.
Right.
With the names of the teams.
And let me tell you why this part was terrible for me. Because speech competitions usually don't have improv, we were kind of just an afterthought to the competition. Right?
So we were the last.
Everything else got posted before us.
And we saw everybody celebrating, and we saw everybody getting disappointed because they didn't get into the finals.
Right.
And we were the last page to go up on the wall.
But best believe, when we saw our name
on this list, we flipped our shit.
Dude,
and
my God.
Did the rest of the people from our school.
Like, nobody had faith in us. We showed up in t-shirts, jeans, and sneakers, okay?
And flat bills.
Nobody had faith in us. Like, you could see the other improv teams pissed that we
made it into the finals with the way we were dressed.
So the finals.
Ugh, the finals.
This will forever be my greatest achievement.
Ugh, the finals.
Okay, so for the finals, we were playing a game called Props.
Okay, I need to point out, like, I just need to talk to you about this real quick.
What's up?
We are such a good team. Because, like you've mentioned before, like, you came up with the idea for the props, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then you said something about this badass monologue at the beginning.
Uh-huh. Okay, so here's what happened. We were playing a game called Props. So they laid out just a bunch of random
Oh
fucking
my god,
objects.
this table was fucking packed with random ass objects.
And each of you got one object, and then 3 minutes this time to prepare.
Yep.
And we saw a pair of swords sitting on the table, and we were like, we'll get those, we'll get those, we'll get those.
We're gonna improv a badass fight scene, blah blah
Right.
blah blah blah. No comedy or anything, we're just gonna fight each other.
And the group before us picked up the props that we were going to use.
Let's explain how this actually works.
Okay.
So the one group goes and does their scene, while the next group goes and prepares. So
you have 3 minutes to do your scene, while the other team has 3 minutes to prepare their scene.
right. So what happened was these people were going, and the people who went out to prepare grabbed the props that we were going to take. And then when they came in to do their scene, they still had the props, and we had to go pick other props to go prepare with.
Right. So we had no idea what to do.
So
because
we literally walked up to this table blind.
Like, we were like, what the fuck are we going to do?
Because when people were performing, we weren't allowed to talk to each other.
Nope, not at all.
Even to your teammates. I could not talk to DJ, and DJ could not talk to me. So we were walking up to this table blind.
So I'm sitting here looking at it, and I'm like, we can't waste any time. We can't waste any time. Hold on, shit. What should I grab? What should I grab? Whoa, wait a fucking second, yo. There's a plunger.
Is that a fucking plunger?
Like a toilet plunger. And there was a backpack.
And it looked
with,
like...
It was a backpack with fucking spikes on it. Can you see what's going on here?
I think you know where we're going with this.
Nintendo. So we grab these and we go out, and I'm like, okay. He's sitting here confused as fuck, by the way, because I grabbed both of these props and walked out. And he's like, what the fuck are you doing? Like,
right,
this makes no fucking sense.
No, I had no idea what was going on because he grabbed both of them, and that was our two. And I didn't get to grab anything, so I was just kind of following him out with these props.
I'm like, okay, here you go. You're Bowser.
No, actually, I need to point out what happened was you wanted me to be Mario. And I was like, I'm not going to be able to do the Italian accent.
Right.
And you were like, that's fine. Okay,
I'll do it.
I can do it.
So you're Bowser. And I don't know how or why this idea came to either one of us, but he needed to do a monologue to start this scene, which means him completely by himself, whatever.
So, let me explain what happened real quick. So I decided to be Bowser, and he was Mario. And we walked in, they were like, are you ready? And we were like, yeah. And he was like, okay, you can start. And DJ walked out.
For the second time that day.
For the second time that day. And they were like, what the fuck?
Okay. So, basically, the plot of the scene is that Bowser stopped kidnapping Peach. So Mario was put out of work, so he had to go back to being a plumber. Well, Bowser had gotten way too much lava from his castle into the toilet, and it completely clogged up. And so he had to call a plumber. So go ahead and tell them what happened.
Okay. So one, we have to start with the monologue.
Okay. This badass monologue.
Okay. So it's hard to explain, honestly.
Do you want me to tell him?
Yeah, go for it.
Okay. So he's sitting there, he's like, this is the worst. I hate my life. This toilet's terrible. I hate this castle. There's lava everywhere.
There's lava everywhere. The floors keep falling out from under my feet.
This is absolutely terrible. And like at this point, I knocked on the door, and he was like, about time that plumber got here. Oh my God. And opened the door. And
While I'm talking, and I just stop dead in my tracks, stop what I'm saying.
And I'm like, it's a me, Mario. Bowser?
Mario?
What are you doing here? It's like, I need my toilet plunged or whatever, blah, blah, blah. And so I go off on Bowser while I'm plunging the toilet. Like, I'm trying to fix his toilet, and the whole time I'm like, I can't believe you stopped kidnapping Peach. I also hate you because you kidnapped Peach. You always took my girlfriend away, and this is terrible. I
And
hate
so-
being a plumber.
And we only went into this knowing that I stopped kidnapping Peach, air quotes around kidnapping, and so you were out of the job.
Right. That's all we knew.
That's all we knew. And everything else was improv from there.
right.
And so what happened next was Bowser is not the one kidnapping Peach. Peach won't leave Bowser alone and is obsessed with him.
Like, super, like, Stan obsessed, right? Like, constantly running away and breaking into his castle. And this whole time, like, I thought she was running away, so I had to come kidnap her, and she would just run away again. And he's like, I don't want her. I hate her. She's ugly. She's annoying. She's obsessed. Get her away from me, right? And we just start talking about how, like, you know what? Yeah, screw Peach. You know, we're two eligible guys.
Right.
Like, we'll
No,
live this
and
out.
at some point I was like, I think she's been messing with Luigi anyway.
Right, like, screw Luigi. I don't need Luigi. Blah, blah, blah. And
And so it
We're, like,
looks like we've
fruit.
kind of made up, you know?
right, we're friends. We're sitting there. It's kind of like silent, smiling at each other.
And then Bowser goes, all right, now fix my toilet.
And that's the scene.
And that's it.
I'm pretty sure the entire fucking class, like the entire classroom,
Jaws were on the floor. Every single one of them. Like,
it was so amazing. And we got perfect scores on that fucking scene.
100 from one of them and
99.
99 from both of the others.
And you want to know why the other two gave us 99s? Because we weren't dressed in
Because
suits.
we weren't dressed in suits.
They said that's the only thing keeping us from a perfect score. It was perfect.
Okay.
Last thing we have to say about this.
There's a couple things that I needed to say. One, I need to go back to what I said earlier. How I don't think we were the lowest score in the first one.
Why?
Because after everything was said and done, Mr. White, our teacher,
Yeah.
came up to us and was like, he got to talk to all the judges about how we did and everything, and the judges told him that me and you were the only ones who truly understood how to do improv.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
That was literally a quote from our teacher and the judges.
Yeah, you're right.
So I don't think we would have got the lowest score on the first round.
I got you.
Okay, so the last thing we need to talk about
Is the ceremony.
The ceremony where they're announcing first, second, and third place for all the different.
Okay. Let us tell you, at this point, we had no idea that we had won, what our scores were. Like, they weren't allowed to tell us our scores. Nothing. They just put us in a giant assembly hall.
And all we knew was that we were in the finals and that there was some chance we could maybe hit fourth place.
Right. We were like, if as long as we're not in last, right? As long
Right.
as we didn't get last place, I'll be okay.
Personally, I was like, dude, I think we probably could have scored higher if we were wearing our uniform stuff.
Okay, so the 6 finalists were called to the stage.
So we walked up there.
We walked up there. We're the only ones on the stage in t-shirts.
In t-shirts, jeans, and flat bills.
And
Stuck out like sore-ass thumbs.
everybody else is like snotty and snooty and fucking like...
Most of these other kids were from private schools, by
Right.
the way.
So, they're all into themselves. And me and him are holding hands on stage, praying to whatever god we could fucking try to get a hold of. That we
were
didn't
not last.
That we didn't come in last. So they're like, okay, duo improv, 6th place.
No,
People that aren't us.
I don't think they went from sixth place up,
Yes,
did they?
Mm-hmm.
Are you sure?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Because this is how I remember. Sixth place, people that aren't us. Okay, cool. We didn't come in last. That's all that mattered.
Okay, that's it. We're good.
Okay.
I'm happy.
Yeah. Fifth place, people that weren't us. Holy shit, we're a little higher than I
Wow.
expected.
Okay, so we're one under the top three. Hell yeah, that's cool.
Fourth place, people that weren't us. Holy shit,
Oh
we
my
placed.
god, we placed. What?
Third place, people that weren't us. What the fuck, dude? This is
Oh my
surreal.
god. What? No way.
At this point, dude, me and him are fucking shaking. Like,
Shaking on stage.
so bad. Like,
you
I'm
could-
pretty sure I almost broke your hand with how hard I was fucking squeezing your hand. It was so
What I
bad.
what I like about the way they delivered this was they didn't say, and first place is. They actually told who was in second place first.
Yeah. And they were like, second place, people that weren't us. And I couldn't breathe.
Like, the very first thing that happened was me and him just looked each other in the eyes for like 5 seconds.
First place, duo improvisation,
DJ Maldonado
and Mason Smith. We flipped our shit, dude.
You should have heard our school
Our school was cheering for us so
erupted.
hard. And I was, oh my god, it like I said, to this day, that is like my greatest achievement.
Yeah, no, that was the...
Why? Because we made Mr. White proud. I've never ever heard him say he was proud of us, aside from that point.
Mm-hmm.
He came up to us, told us that the judges said that we understood improv, and that we had futures in acting. And he got all of our scores and gave them to us on sheets of paper. And the only bad comments were that we didn't wear fucking suits. Besides, like, the repetitive one.
Right.
And then the perfect scores on the last one.
And,
I straight up,
and
oh my
so
god.
we both got trophies. They spelled improvisation wrong.
On the trophy, so
on
we
the
had to get them
trophies.
fixed.
So we had to get them fixed, but it's okay. And what I liked most about this was that we got to keep the finale or the final round paper.
Yeah, the paper that had our names on it. It's still hanging up in our school, in our theater. Our names.
We still need to go back there at some point
We do need to go back there and say hi.
and grab that fucking piece of paper.
Like, I'm gonna be mad if I like call Miss Dane and be like, "Hey, we should come do improv with your class," and then she's like, "Nah," and I'm gonna be like, "You know, our names are on that fucking improv paper. Fucking kill you." I won't though. I love her to death.
No, just be like, can we do some improv with the students at some point? And she'd be like, nah, I don't think that's a good idea. First place.
First place.
Never forget.
Never forget. And honestly, I think that's a
good place to stop it.
good place to
Yeah,
stop.
no,
You
that
guys
was
now
a-
know our greatest achievement.
Greatest achievement is winning first place for a duo improvisation competition.
So don't forget to subscribe, leave a like down below, comment your greatest achievement. I want to know. Reach
Hell
out to
yeah.
us. Tell us what's going on.
Talk to us.
And we will see you guys next Sunday. This time with Nick Silva.
Yep.
All
Alright.
right.
This is The Only Sanity.
Only conflict.
Peace out.
Deuces.